Good morning, it's Saturday morning. I'm having a real mix and match kind of day today. I'm doing the laundry, having said goodbye to our last member of a course that we've had running for the last week. I've been running for the last week. Leading, not running, Birdwatch Island to run it. It's like a weekend with the warden, but it went on for the whole week. But it's good, crack. And I just said goodbye to Anne. She stayed on overnight. Got on the boat this morning. And on the way back, I managed to get a puncture. So I had to change the front tyre there. And now I'm going to put up the last two nets in the little copse in East Bog, ready for the constant effort ringing, which starts this week. Oh, just get squeezed down into the car. And then I need to replace the net in Cotters where the top shelf string snapped the other day. I've taken it down, but I just have to put a new one up in its place. And what else am I doing? I want to go and do a little bit of gardening, maybe up in Mary's garden. Yes, Jeff, good friend Jeff, is doing a little project up in his garden. I want to go and do a little bit of filming off, but I can do that a bit later. And I'll talk about that later as well when I'm up there. And what else? Oh yes, we've had the roadwork gang in on Cape this week, and they've to resurface the road from the shop to the end of the pier. Well, resurfacing. I haven't quite finished it as far as the pier yet, but it was far too good for Cape. I think we'll be going and doing some donuts on it to get it back to mainland standard. Anyway, that's the day. I should be running here, there and everywhere. My first day off for a week. First time off for a week. It's probably going to be busier than any other day this week. Right, okay, I'll talk again in a minute. Here we are on another beautiful day. Always a beautiful day on Cape. Sun is shining, a bit of a northerly breeze. It's coming down into this little copse. Copse is an exaggeration, a few small trees. And putting up the two nets. I have all the nets up in the garden, in the bog over here, which is a no-go area for Joe Public. So please don't go in there. If you don't know where you're going, it's pretty dangerous. A few little sinkholes. And the landowner has specifically asked me not to take anyone else in there. We're doing a long-term project, constant effort, which means we use the same nets, same number of hours, same period of time every year, and that gives us a good scientific data set, which we can assess how the juveniles of this year are surviving, how many of them actually get back here the following year, how long the adults are surviving. So it was a really detailed project run by the BTO, British Trust for Ornithology, and there's a few of us that are doing it. Not many in Ireland, sadly, but there's a few of us do. And it would be very sad to lose it, so please don't go in the bog. Anyway, we're not going there today. That's later on in the week. We're going in here. And in here to put up a couple of nets. So I'll try and film it. It's not going to be the easiest of filming projects, but we'll see what happens. And then, sorry, I had to stop filming. I couldn't control what I was doing and show you what I was doing. But anyway, this is the 40 foot. This is F, net F. All set up and nice and tightly furled, so nothing's going to get caught in there. And this is net E, likewise, nicely furled up and tight so nothing can get trapped in there before I come back. There we go, you can hear an alarm going off. That's the alarm for the storm gates in the harbour. And we're just walking along from the Obs over towards the shop. I might have some lunch, I don't know yet. But I've got pizza booked for tonight. This is the base coat. And it's just far too good for Cape. So smooth. I'm looking at here the finished layer. The tarmac. The alarm's going off again on the gate, so they're doing some work on it. Not breaking down. Well, very nice. Very nicely done. So the plan here is to replace the net that I took down yesterday from here, running down through, gap down through there, and then we're also going to take out this first net down here. So that 40-foot net is now gone. Slightly worried about the bloody cows on the slope again. They'll be down in the garden here before the day is out. And this one is now freestanding. It's not attached to that one, so we can open this one up individually. So here we are, Saturday afternoon. I've done the cotter's nets. I've done the East Bog nets. The Obs laundry is done. I've got my sheets on the line. What else have we done? I watched most of the most boring first half of the Liverpool West Ham game. I went out then after that, couldn't bear to watch the second half. And now I'm about to make a noise and destroy everyone's peaceful afternoon by strimming along a little stone wall on Mary's garden. And then at some point I will have to start mowing, not mowing, I've mowed the lawn already. A strip of grass, not really a lawn. I'll have to start weeding the garden. That'll be the next project. I've got loads of seedlings growing on the windowsill in the dining room. That'll be some rabbit food, no doubt. So, pizza night at the Obs. Pizza, chips, fire, and footy. Well, what could be a better Saturday night, eh? One of Neil's delicious homemade pizzas. It's very nice too. I'll let you know what it tastes like when I finished it. Anyway, next on the list for the day was to pop up to Jeff's and to hear what his plans are for a new little project he's working on. A lot of the footage was taken a few days prior to what you've just seen. But anyway, we'll leave it to Jeff to explain everything.
Well, the idea is just to dig off this grass root mat. This is commercial grass which grows very fast, outcompetes everything else. So the idea is just to take off the top sod with the grass and the grass seeds and the fertiliser and just see what comes up. So we're just going to try that. Never done it before, but we'll try it and see what happens.
See what happens, yeah. Yep.
So the board is just to get a straight edge. Oops. Take like that, so in theory it should just peel off like that. Oh. Right, I'm just reading this out because just to make sure I don't say anything by accident, because sometimes funny things fall out of my mouth. Anyway, so springtime and many of you are thinking about flowers and gardens, and there's been a lot of talk recently about wildflower meadows and pollinators, bee bombs. If you Google Irish wildflowers, you're now bombarded with ads with people trying to sell wildflower meadow seeds. Some of these companies are more scrupulous than others, but all are out to make money. I've tried out various different packets in the past with varying amounts of success. It's very tempting for county councils to put a splash of colour along roadsides and for schools to encourage children to take an interest in nature. And it's certainly a step in the right direction. Certainly better than spraying verges with weed killer. But anyway, last year a few of us on Cape did a Heritage Keepers course, which was run by Burren Bio, who have worked closely with farmers in Clare to preserve local heritage. The whole point of this course was to look after what you've got, which includes all heritage like stone walls, language and archaeology, as well as animals and plants. There's no need to breed things into the island to improve it. I came here first nearly 50 years ago and fell in love with the place the way it was and never wanted to change it. Cape is a beautiful island full of treasures that we need to value and not replace them with something else. For the wildflower meadow, an alternative to the commercial seed is to dig off the top sod of grassroot mat and just see what comes up. I've never tried this before, but a friend in Limerick has a fantastic lawn full of orchids and trefoil and oxeye daisies simply by digging off the grass. Modern grassland like lawns and silage fields are seeded with specially bred cultivars of wild species which grow fast and outcompete all other flowers and native grasses. The idea is to dig this off and remove all the modern agricultural grass with its own seed bank and fertilizers and just see what native flowers come up. This might be very disappointing and you may just get docks and thistles, although thistles can be very nice and a lot of grasses are very nice, the wild ones. Anyway. Or you can garden the patch and just pull out the species you do not want. You could, after the grass is taken off, you could use wildflower seed and just be careful about what comes up, and then it's up to you what you keep and what you throw away. Yep. But bearing in mind that a lot of wildflower seeds contains about 50% of seeds of plants that have never been seen on Cape before.
That's the problem.
Yeah. Anyway, once you've dug the grass off, you can just see what comes up, or you can garden it a bit. Or you can cheat a bit and dig up some nice plants from somewhere else and to put in there. People sometimes worry about digging up wildflowers, but they are sometimes growing in a place where they will not survive. I have some very nice orchids at the back of the house where the footpath should be, so I might try transplanting some along with perhaps more interesting seed bank. Or in the autumn you can collect your own seed from the wildflowers growing on the island. According to the Flower Bible, which I meant to show you, Roaring Water Bay is regarded as a botanical hotspot with a remarkable number of 556 flowering plants and ferns, some of which are very rare. And the islands of the bay are as rich and diverse as better known areas like the Burren and Roundstone in Connemara. So, watch this space.
So this appears to be the extent of what Jeff is going to take out on the topsoil. And we'll just see what happens. And now back to, we're back up to date basically. This is the following day. And here we go, summer is here. Shorts, t-shirt, floppy hat, camera, bins, water in the bag, and no birds. They'll come over here, they'll be here. I'm doing my usual thing, I'm rabbiting away to myself, thinking it's been recorded, and then turn it off, look down, and find that I've actually just turned it on, so all that rabbiting is not recorded. So anyway, what I was saying, just in case it wasn't recorded, is that I'm doing a quick spin around the bogs, the lake and the bogs, with a view of, I hope, a wind chat, wheat ears, might hear a cuckoo if I'm lucky. It's the right time of year for poo-poos and wrynecks to turn up. So you never know. What I'll probably get is just that wren that was calling then. But I did have a buzzard take off just now. But anyway, I'm going to turn it off again. And this time I'm actually looking at the screen and I am recording, so it's not too bad. You've got something. It's good to see JJ's bench back. It's been down for the winter, been restored, looked after, cared for. But it's good to see it's back. Little JJ. No tragedy, as it says. I can't remember if I've talked about these little circles of stones on the lake, but there's two stories that I've been told, and you know I'm gullible. One is that there where the Cape ladies used to put their washing in, leaving that to soak, so they wouldn't, and the washing, because of the stones, the washing wouldn't float away over the lake, which is plausible. And also that they used to be considered to be deeper than they are now, and they used to use them for soaking the flax. The Cape had a thriving flax industry, exporting it. So anyway, I kind of believe both sides of the story, and probably both have elements of truth in them. On the water's edge, in the rocks underneath that little lone pine tree, there's a male and female shoveler, which is very nice to see, a very unusual bird for Cape. They tend to just overwinter here if we get any, and usually one pair, which could be that one. But yeah, that's nice to see. I'll let Mary know, she'll want to come up and have a look. We also have our first little brood of mallard ducklings, also known as gull food. It's, I've said this lots of times on here, previous vlogs. The female ducks keep bringing their broods up here. The gulls keep taking them. They go down, raise another brood, bring them up, they all disappear. Every year is the same. I know it's going to stop as soon as I start recording. It's a lovely, oh no, it's still going, robin singing in Michael Vincent's garden. It's beautifully sheltered here. I'm sitting on the kitchen windowsill, or leaning against the kitchen windowsill. The cloud cover has increased. The sun, certainly the sun's temperature reaching here has decreased. I think there'll be a faster walk home than it was out, just to keep warm, because I am definitely not dressed for cool weather. So we'll mosey on now. Apart from 2 San Martins, half a dozen swallows, the 2 shelduck, 2 shoveler, and the first brood of ducklings. It's the best of the bunch on the lake. We'll walk down through Central Bog, back along a low road, and see what happens. See what we can turn up. Quite a bit of yesterday's recording that I didn't turn out very well, especially the bits where I was putting these 2 nets up for the constant effort, which is going to start. When does it start? The first day is Wednesday I think of next week. That's the start of the first 10-day period, and there are 12 of them during the year, and I don't know, I'm not sure why it didn't come out. I had actually tried filming me putting them nets up. Anyway, it didn't work, but they're up and ready to go. Not quite such a blue sky now, sadly, although it is trying to improve from behind. But in front it certainly is very chilly. Very chilly indeed. And that of course is totally my fault. And completely the wrong clothing on for the chill factor in this wind. And I suppose all I need to do is drop down behind a wall and get in a bit of shelter and sunshine, and it'll be baking. But I'm looking forward to a cup of coffee, maybe even a bit of toast. Herring gull having a little paddle around. A lovely peaceful way to spend a Sunday morning, paddling around looking for crabs. So as always folks, thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a mishmash of a bit of everything, as the title says. Yes, just many thanks for watching. We're up to 141, I think, subscribers now. Absolutely amazing. Can't thank you all enough. Spread the word and like and share, and yep, we'll see you next time. Be safe, keep happy. Bye.